Last nature corn of the 25th of September. It is 2 a.m. and we're about to finish the good place until my phone storage die. Then we'll go sleep, and I'll talk about it in a video, which is kind of nice because we'll do it. Anyway, let's freaking go. Okay. Oh shit. Don't blink if you're buying. Welcome to our show. Because I dream of having a wonderful day. On this 25th or 26th September 25, it is 2 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so doing well. Like I'm saying, we're still doing the place. Like, it didn't leave Netflix. It will leave Netflix in an hour. However, we have a little bit of a problem. I did my best to upload to free up some space. We got 36 minutes left. Now we are recording the tower in the background, so I have like 25 minutes, 30 minutes left. By the time that I post, by the time that I delete what I post, this one is almost full. This one is full, so I will not be able to finish it. However, we watched season 4 till episode 7. So far it's actually pretty good. I'm gonna do what I can do. If I'm finished with season 3, I'll be super happy. I'll try to find a way to watch it tomorrow morning to finish it. I am exhausted, as you can see, but we only have like 25 minutes to do, so let's go, baby. Am I pissed at myself? We'll talk about it tomorrow, but it's a shame. Today I had the whole day to do it, right? And I was like, okay, well, we're doing good. And I took some break. Did I take 2 hours of break? No. Did I take an hour break? Yes. An hour would have changed a lot. I was just enough to realize that. So there you go. We got the Janet. So we still have the same thing that we were talking about. The reason why I think we'll get it is because right now we're at season 4, episode 8. So we have the 2 portal, and it's how to calculate everything. This is still nice because in the void, Shitty is still giving.
In a chain that together form a single self. If I can remember what happened, because it happened to a Shitty from another timeline, it's not a unified me. It's because you don't.
There you go. There you go. Shitty talks about timeline here, and how timeline are. And this is kind of cool because the concept of timeline is very scientific, right? However, it's also quite spiritual. This is so weird because I'm not doing an intro. So it feels like we're starting out of nowhere, but we're starting out of somewhere that's very specific. What Shitty is talking here, and this is not mentioned in the show, but this is logically speaking, spiritually speaking, we're talking about reincarnation. We were also talking about this one, right? What's super important is the soul and stuff, right? If a person is kind and their soul is kind and their soul is safe, and there is a reincarnation and the reborn, right? Are you automatically a nice person, or is it a conscious choice that you're making? And the reincarnation process, or the soul itself, is also great because your body, you don't choose it, right? Your mind is possibly a result of your experiences, also a result of your surrounding, nature versus nurture. The soul is what makes you you. It's what irks you, what makes you special. See, the same thing. This is amazing. You take 2 kids, right? And this is the theory behind it. You take 2 kids, and they have the same parent. They grew up in the same house. They had the same friend because they're twins, and they're completely different. They're similar. They're completely different. What changed? The soul changed, right? So this is kind of cool. And I do like the fact that Jason is that dumb because he asked a good question.
Doing something doesn't mean you didn't do it. I have no idea how it happened, but there's definitely a tattoo on my butt that says
So this is more complex. However, there is a part here where they talk about the example of a person, which is John Locke. And if you know Lost, you know John Locke.
Which one is me? All I know is that other Chidi doesn't exist anymore, and this one does. So this must be the real Chidi. And all I know is that you're just barfing Wikipedia all over everyone and avoiding talking about your feelings. Let's talk about David.
This is nice. And Eleanor's pissed at Chidi because, again, it's not really working. So Michael and Janet are asking the accountant and say, hey, this is quite complex, right? What is going on? And then the accountant reveals that, yeah, nobody has been into good place in 500 years. So they're like, okay, well, the system is possibly flawed.
And it's giving me the worst headache.
You know?
Here's a question.
And this is amazing. This is amazing because they choose Doug Forsythe. Doug Forsythe is who is the guy from the first season. And the guy from the first season. And Doug Forsythe literally has a mushroom or mush overdose, and you see the afterlife perfectly, right? So that changes his entire life, right? And you saw him, and this is a brilliant because you can say Doug Forsythe, and there's a reason for that. But the ultimate reason is what happened after. So what happened after is, okay, well, we saw this guy, and because we saw this guy, we're able to say, okay, well, how can I put this in word? We have the perfect example of the perfect human, or the perfect embodiment of I'm doing the right thing to go to the good place, right? And you go to the accountant and say, yeah, Doug Forsythe is not getting in. And this is crazy because this is so cool. So in the first season, and this is really like in between. In the first season, you see a picture of a young Doug Forsythe, and in here, you're talking about a older Doug Forsythe, right? Now you don't need to know the age; you just need to know that there's a lot of time that passed, right? Let's say that the Doug Forsythe in the picture, right, was 30 years old. 30 years old, 32. I'm 32 years old, let's say he's 32 years old. And the guy that's in there is late 50s, beginning of their 60s, right? Because he's still in shape. So you take the 30 years old and you give him 60, and that's about 30 years. So he's been improving himself for 30 years, barely living, getting bullied by a kid. Yeah, that touched my heart, my soul, my shitty soul. And he's not close. So then, and this is kind of important because Michael, this is so complex because Michael is facing the reality of the current, right? The current timeline. And he said, well, if Doug Forsythe is not going there, my guys have absolutely no chance, right? And this is kind of crazy because when you think about it, I don't like this because when I'm sitting down, so this one is not there's no back chair. So when I'm sitting down, it slips, and this is going here and strangling me, which I don't like. Or I'm just tired and I'm going insane. That's more likely. And this is kind of cool because Doug Forsythe is the representation of currents, right? So Michael, he goes in and said, okay, well, if he's not going in, my four are not going in, right? And this is kind of cool because Michael was in the first season saying all of these people deserve to be here. Then he went to like, okay, well, they are improving, so maybe they don't belong here. To the third season, which is this one, which means, okay, well, we know that they're able to do great stuff. Now, if I give them back their life, are they still going to be doing that great stuff? Right? So this is the current. And then if Doug is not going in, it's not going in. However, this is kind of cool. This is kind of insane as a concept in itself. Because as a concept in itself, you're asking Michael, did you even think about the possibility of them going to the good place? You said I'm improving, but you never ask yourself, is that enough? And because you never asked yourself if that was enough, you never thought that it might not be enough. You didn't think that it might never be enough. And then, see, this is insane. This is really smart because the motivation of Eleanor for going to the good place, she started changing. She started doing action, and then her points didn't change because her motivation for doing so were wrong, right? Right. Cool. So these four people have better points, a better score, because they're becoming nicer and nicer and nicer and nicer. And their motivation is, if there's a good place, I'm going to go. But if there's not, it still is rewarded to be a good person, right? Now, here's a crazy thing. Motivation is good, right? However, if you learn that there's no chance in hell that they go to the good place, but it still be acting. No, the motivation isn't that, but the demotivation, the opposite, the discouraging factor that they're never gonna get there. Is that enough to overbalance? I'm exhausted. I don't make sense, but is it enough to overbalance the good, right? There's a really cool thing. So it's in Sandman. So you take two balls, right? And you put a feather, right? And you put the human heart. He said if your heart is pure, it should weigh as much as a feather, right? And this is kind of insane because if your heart is pure, if your heart is too pure, it weighs less. So you have to be perfect, right? The perfect human being. You're telling me that my heart has to be a feather, and it seems impossible. Does it change my reaction? Am I still trying? I don't know. Okay, let's go because we have 20 minutes left, and I'm gonna have to. I don't think am I close to uploading it? Because if I am, we're still good. That's 6 gig out of 13. Okay, possible. I don't think so, but it's possible. And even if I delete TikTok, it's gonna take me give me 3 gigs. So this is super cool. So then we have the reality. We have Jason, and Shitty says, "Yo, what's going on?" And then Shitty tells him that Eleanor thought they were together. And this is kind of crazy because this is kind of emotional. So he was talking about how this is me Shitty, right? So there's other Shitty in the world, and I have those memories, but it's not me. I'm not the real Shitty, right? So then what he's trying to say also is because I fell in love with Eleanor in this past, doesn't mean that I have to fall in love with Eleanor. Doesn't mean that is a certainty. However, Eleanor is convinced because she saw that this is the right course of action. She doesn't. You understand both. You saw she saw Eleanor and says this is the best possible scenario. So there's also the timelines. This timeline is better than the other. And Eleanor sees that this is the best timeline, but she just says, "I don't want you to be in love with me because you think that you have to. You should be in love with me for who I am, for the Shitty of the present, not the Shitty in another timeline," which makes sense. But there you go. This is super nice. You're gonna have a problem. When you're tired, your body shut down. So there you go. There's this page where we see the complete thought process of Janet. And this is kind of cool because it's all the memories, all the knowledge. So this is like a Google page, but for Janet. And then Jason wants cartoon. They said they want Jason cartoon. And then they see that Jason, and they reveal that Janet's in love with Jason. Now this is important because Jason doesn't remember her being in love. This is also important because you knowing that she's in love with you doesn't change how you feel. Because Jason was with Tahani, then he was with Janet, then he was with Tahani, and then he was with Janet, right? And the fact that she still loves him, it's like, okay, well, maybe that could work. There's literally, this is super nice. Because the people are fucking in the void, you're seeing that Janet is in a bad position. See, Shitty, no, Eleanor, she's transforming. She's transforming because she's transforming everything. And because she's transforming everything, it's kind of cool because it's nuts because she's in the void, right? So the void in itself is nothing. So Eleanor forgets who she is. She forgets what's going on because she forgets what she is or who she is. She continuously changes people. Because she changed people, she is a glitch. She is a change, which is destroying Janet from the inside. So this is basically it. And then she reminds her that she's Eleanor, and it doesn't work. And then he kissed her because he said, "I love you too." And then she remembered that she's in love. Now, that feeling of love repair all. And you see, literally repairing the void. So this is kind of cool. Now, ultimately speaking, it feels kind of forced because, again, are you truly in love or you were trying to save her, right? And Shitty is a white knight. So there you go. So this is super cool. This is super cool because Shitty falls in love with Eleanor. And see, this is kind of like, this is such a bad thing, but it's such a good thing in itself. It's a horrible thing because how many times have Shitty and Eleanor fell in love? It's quite repetitive, right? However, you always have the excuse of this version of Shitty and this version of Eleanor never fell in love again. Now, at the same time, this version of Eleanor, this version of Shitty has been going on for a while. Eleanor has been in love with Shitty for a while, but Shitty never reciprocated. Then she tells Shitty, "I'm in love with you," and she doesn't reciprocate it. Then he's thinking that he's going to be losing Eleanor, gonna make the choice to tell her I love you. Now, ultimately speaking, it's also trade because you think she, who doesn't have the power or the mental prowess to do decisions, is gonna go in, right? He's not gonna be sure. But then we see that Elnor's in danger, and he says, I don't want to lose her. I love her, which is cool, which is really really cool. So there you go. So what happened is they steal this book, and I don't remember what this book is for. I don't remember what the book is for. Just give me a sec. This is such a good scene. This is such a good scene. Okay, so what is the Book of Dog? The Good Place. I don't remember what it is, so I'm gonna research it. Oh my god. Of course. So the cool thing is what he says. All four of them go out of the void and they reach. Then Michael said, "There's no chance. Anybody has been to the Good Place in 400 years." Book of Doug. Oh, that is the Book of Doug. Good place. Now that is. Oh, I wrote one G. It takes two. The Book of Dog. Book of Dog. Okay, we're right definition. Thank God I'm not in a rush, right? The Book of Dog revolves to the pivotal to present, okay? Blah blah blah. Ah, I understand what it is. I understand. This is great. Okay, so this is the book they wrote.
Check out Dark Side for the Wild Cow.
So we're watching DSV trolls. So the Book of Doug is the book that he wrote. Doug was the person that he met who had a system of the point. So you guys remember that Janet and Michael wrote the manifesto? That was the Book of Doug. This is a cool scene where they tell that nobody's going to save us. Nobody has been to the Good Place in 500 years. And then Janet looks at Michael, knowing what he's going to do. And Michael's like, okay, let's fucking go. And he takes them and he runs away. And he takes the Book of Doug, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool. I don't know what the Book of Doug, I'll be honest. So now we got 20 minutes left. Can we do, nice. Can we do the Book of Doug? Okay, so we go to this place, right? Which is the considered good place. However, this is not a good place. This is a middle place. And this is kind of cool because you see how everybody is acting so freaking nicely. Everybody is smelling something. They're smelling like Jason is smelling weed, and the Victory is super super nice. They go to a good place, right? And Michael is able to say there's an accountant because he owns the Book of Dog, which is kind of cool. Wait a second. The Book of Dog. We have the reaction of there. I don't remember this episode. Anyway, I don't have the time to do it. Don't give up, Ink. Don't give up. You got this. Stop being a pussy and just do stuff. Michael, okay. The recap of the episode doesn't help a lot. I don't remember this a lot.
Situation, but you're right with you.
No, I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. Just I don't remember what happened. We're just gonna stop here. So I failed. I did finish with the Good Place. Within shape of 10. I had 15 episodes left, so forget about it. But sorry. I'm pissed off. But we'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll do a whole video tomorrow. try my best, right? So I'm gonna go sleep, right? Tomorrow I'll be using another website to watch this show. Oh, okay. I'll see if I can watch it from another website, first of all. Because tomorrow I don't have anything to watch. Tomorrow there's only one thing, which is Critical of Riddick, so I'm probably going to be watching the whole Riddick thing. So, Pitch Black, Critical of Riddick, Vulcan, yeah, it's going to be a lot, but it's going to be fun. So on that note, I love you guys, take it easy. So I really did finish a good place. I'll see if I can do it tomorrow. I can't promise anything because, again, the way I work is kind of special. You have to watch the scene. Netflix offer the website I use, you cannot do it. The website I use, which I'm not going to say because, is you cannot really check out video clicks. Netflix is perfect for that. Perfect. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. I'm pissed off. God damn it. What should we have left? That's how much time we have. Anna Marie. Oh, so bad. Golly. Leave it alone. Thanks for like me. Appreciate it. Wait, what? Leave. I don't care. Both show that's the main character one the ones he is. Okay, whatever. Okay. Good place. good. Fuck, dude. Fix movie. Uh-huh.
Everything you said shouldn't be out of reach. Leukemia ashwagandha is specifically formulated with the clinical dose of KSM 66 to reduce your stress so you feel grounded and in control. Leukemia ashwagandha, natural stress relief, rooted in
I
science.
don't care, dude.
Everything you said shouldn't be out of reach. Leukemia ashwagandha is specifically formulated with the clinical dose of KSM 66 to reduce your stress so you feel grounded and in control. Leukemia ashwagandha, natural stress relief, rooted in science.
Full episode. The place. Aha. What are we gonna be able to? Oh, fuck that. Fuck that. seeing how square this line is, it's kind of crazy, isn't it?